The Galactic Council Hall was larger than any city on Earth. Thousands of seats floated in the air, each filled by a different species. Some were tall and armored. Some were small and glowing. Some did not even have faces. They had gathered for one reason only. Earth. On the main screen, the blue planet slowly turned in silence. Humans had grown too fast. That was the Council's claim. In a short time, they had spread across their system, built powerful ships, and refused to bow to old rules. They were emotional. Unpredictable. And worst of all, they valued freedom more than fear. Many species did not like that. One by one, representatives spoke. The humans will become a threat, said one species. They do not respect galactic order, said another. They must be controlled now, said a third. The word enslavement was spoken openly. No one flinched. The council speaker asked the final question. Do we vote to enslave Earth and place humanity under galactic control? Lights appeared across the hall. One by one, they turned green. Yes. 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 Every species voted the same. The vote was unanimous. A message was prepared and sent across the stars. It was cold. Legal. Final. Earth received it within minutes. On the planet below, cities did not burn. Sirens did not sound. There was no panic in the streets. People watched the message in silence. Leaders read it twice. Then 3 times. Humanity had been sentenced without a trial. The council expected anger. They expected fear. They expected begging. Instead, Earth went quiet. No reply came back. Hours passed. In the council hall, laughter replaced tension. Some spoke about human labor. Others discussed who would control Earth's oceans, its factories, its future. They believed the hard part was over. They were wrong. Deep beneath Earth's surface, old systems woke up. Systems built in secret. Systems never shown to the stars. Codes were entered. Locks were removed. Long dormant fleets powered on. Human commanders did not shout. They did not rage. They spoke calmly. Each of them had known this day might come. Humanity did not fear chains. They feared losing choice. Back in the council hall, a junior observer finally noticed something strange. Earth's signal traffic had dropped. Not collapsed. Not destroyed. Simply, closed. As if the planet had decided to stop listening. A representative asked, where is their response? The speaker replied, they are processing their fate. But even the speaker felt uneasy. Then a message arrived. Only one sentence. We acknowledge your decision. Nothing more. No threat. No promise. No emotion. Some species laughed. Others felt a chill they could not explain. At the edge of the solar system, the first alien fleets began to move. Massive, confident, unstoppable. They believed this would be easy. On Earth, the sky remained blue. The oceans remained calm. Children went to school. Workers went to their jobs. But something had changed. Humanity had accepted one truth. If the galaxy wanted to own them, then the galaxy would first have to survive them. As the alien fleets crossed the final border, Earth sent no warning. And for the first time in a long time, the universe moved toward humanity. Without understanding what humanity was about to unleash. The alien fleets moved with confidence. Thousands of ships formed perfect lines as they crossed into human space. Their commanders felt no danger. To them, Earth was already defeated. A planet that did not answer was a planet that had accepted its fate. Inside the lead command ship, alien officers watched their screens with calm interest. They expected panic signals, broken messages, or desperate warnings. None came. Earth remained silent. "This is submission," one officer said. "The humans understand they have no choice." The fleet continued forward. Far behind them, the Galactic Council followed every movement. Many members felt proud. Some argued over how to divide human cities. Others debated how to use human minds and hands for labor. The idea that something could go wrong never crossed their thoughts. On Earth, the silence was not weakness. It was control. Human command centers were active across the planet. Lights flickered as ancient systems fully awakened. Ships that had never been registered on galactic maps slid out of hidden docks. They were not large. They were not flashy. They were built for one purpose only: survival. Human commanders spoke in low, steady voices. There were no speeches. No long discussions. Every person in the room understood what was at stake. Humanity would not attack first. They would not beg. They would simply respond. At the edge of the solar system, sensors detected the alien fleet crossing the final boundary. The signal was clear. Permission was granted. Still, Earth sent no warning. The alien ships pushed deeper into human space. Suddenly, the first strange reading appeared. One ship lost power for half a second. Then it returned. The officers laughed. "Human technology," one of them said. "Unstable." Then it happened again. Another ship flickered. Then another. Communication lagged. Navigation systems began to drift by small amounts. Not enough to cause alarm. Just enough to be noticed. "Run diagnostics," the commander ordered. Before the report could finish, the lead ship went silent. Not destroyed. Not damaged. Just gone. Every screen went dark at once. No explosion. No energy burst. No wreckage. It was as if the ship had never existed. Confusion spread through the fleet. "Signal lost," an officer said. "Re-establish contact," another demanded. Nothing answered. Then a second ship disappeared. Then a third. Panic began to rise. On the council screens, small dots vanished one by one. The laughter stopped. Members leaned forward. Silence filled the hall. "What is happening?" someone asked. No one answered. Back in the fleet, the commander ordered a full retreat. Engines powered up. They failed. Space around the ship seemed calm, but something unseen held them in place. Weapons did nothing. Sensors showed empty space, yet the fleet was trapped. A human signal finally appeared. It was not loud. It was not threatening. It was calm. "This is not an attack," the message said. "This is a correction." The alien commanders tried to respond. Their messages never reached Earth. From hidden positions, small human ships moved. They did not fire weapons. They did not chase. Wherever they passed, alien systems simply shut down. Ships vanished quietly, leaving no trace behind. Minutes passed. The proud invasion force was gone. Back in the council hall, fear replaced pride. The speaker stood frozen, staring at the empty screens. They had no fleets, someone whispered. No power. A council elder spoke slowly, with a trembling voice. "We were wrong." Across the galaxy, alarms began to sound. Borders were closed. Fleets were recalled. Emergency meetings were called. Too late. Earth had not screamed. Earth had not begged. Earth had answered in silence. And the universe was beginning to understand that silence did not mean fear. It meant restraint. And restraint had just been lifted. The Galactic Council had never known fear like this. Where there had once been moving fleets and strong signals, there was now only empty space. The screens showed silence. No debris. No survivors. No explanation. An entire invasion force had vanished in minutes. Panic spread across the council hall. Representatives shouted in their own languages. Some demanded answers. Others demanded revenge. Many simply stared, unable to understand what they were seeing. "This is impossible," one species cried. "Humans do not have this level of power." "They were classified as a minor force," another said. "Barely advanced." The council speaker tried to restore order, but even their voice shook. Then something changed. Every screen in the hall went black at the same time. Gasps filled the chamber. A moment later, the screens turned back on. A single image appeared. It was not a fleet. It was not an armada. It was one human ship. Dark. Simple. Silent. It floated in empty space, unmoving, as if it did not care who was watching. No weapons were visible. No shields were active. Yet every sensor in the council hall screamed danger. A calm human voice spoke. "This message is being received by all council members," it said. "There is no need to respond." The council froze. The voice continued. "You voted to enslave Earth. You believed humanity would accept chains. That belief was your first mistake." Some representatives tried to interrupt. Their systems failed. Their voices did not carry. The human voice did not rise. It did not threaten. It explained. "Humanity did not grow fast because we were careless. We grew fast because we prepared. We studied your wars. Your rules. Your limits." Images appeared beside the ship. Ancient human fleets. Hidden bases. Technologies labeled illegal under galactic law. "We chose restraint," the voice said. "Because power without control destroys itself." The council began to understand. Humans had followed the rules not because they had to, but because they wanted to. Until now. "You attacked without a declaration of war," the voice continued. "You crossed our borders with intent to enslave. That ended our restraint." A council elder spoke, voice shaking. What did you do to our fleet?" The human voice answered without pause. "We removed it." The word echoed through the hall. "Your ships were not destroyed. They were disabled at a level you cannot detect. Time, space, and energy were corrected around them. They no longer exist in a way you can measure." Fear settled deep. Another representative asked, "Is this a threat?" There was a short pause. "No," the human replied. "This is information." The image shifted. More fleets appeared on screen, alien fleets across the galaxy. Human markers blinked beside them. Already present. Already watching. Minutes ago, the voice said, human ships reached positions near every major military force you control. Impossible. Yet the proof was there. You are not surrounded, the human continued. You were never safe. Silence followed. Then the human spoke the words that changed everything. We do not seek your destruction. We seek balance. You broke it. The council speaker fell back into their seat. What do you want? They asked quietly. The human ship remained still. We want you to remember this moment, the voice said. Because what happens next depends on what you choose. The screens went dark. Across the galaxy, fleets stopped moving. Borders closed. Weapons powered down. For the first time in recorded history, the universe waited on humanity. And for the first time, the council understood the truth they had ignored. Humans were never weak. They were patient. And patience, when exhausted, was more terrifying than any weapon. The council hall was silent long after the human signal ended. No one spoke. No one moved. Species that had ruled star systems for thousands of years now sat frozen, unsure of their next breath. Then the alarms began. Across the galaxy, military networks reported the same thing. Human ships were appearing without warning, near shipyards, defense stations, and command worlds. They did not attack. They did not threaten. They simply stayed. Watching. A council aide whispered, "They are everywhere." Fear spread like a slow poison. Some species ordered their fleets to mobilize. The orders failed. Systems refused to respond. Weapons remained cold. Power flowed, but control was gone. Humanity had not taken command. They had removed permission. Private messages began flooding the council. Not demands. Not threats. Questions. How do we stop this? What do they want? Can this be reversed? The proud voices that once called humans weak were now trembling. A high-ranking war species, feared for its cruelty, attempted one last show of force. They launched a single-strike ship toward Earth. It vanished before leaving its system. The message was clear. Do not test them. On Earth, there were no celebrations. No cheers. Humans watched quietly as the galaxy changed around them. Their leaders addressed the world, not with anger, but with resolve. "We did not choose this," one human commander said. "But we will finish it." Another human message reached the council. This time, it was direct. "You will hold an emergency vote," the human voice said. "Not to enslave. To surrender authority over Earth." The word surrender echoed through the hall like a wound. Some protested. Others cried. Many could not meet each other's gaze. But when the vote began, green lights appeared faster than before. Yes. 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 Fear had replaced confidence. The result was immediate and unanimous. The council speaker stood, voice shaking. "The vote is complete. Earth is free." The response from humanity came instantly. Accepted. Across the galaxy, pressure lifted. Ships regained partial control. Systems unlocked, but not fully. Humanity had loosened its grip, not released it. One final message followed. "You enslaved worlds before," the human voice said. "You called it order. We call it theft." Images appeared of planets stripped of resources. Species worked to extinction. Cultures erased in the name of control. "We remember," the voice continued. "We watched. We learned." Some council members lowered their heads. Others wept. "You will dismantle forced labor systems. You will return stolen worlds. You will never vote on ownership of a species again." A pause. "This is not punishment," the voice said. "This is correction." One council elder dared to ask, "What if we refuse?" The answer came without emotion. "Then the silence you fear will return." No one questioned further. Across the stars, empires fell without a single shot. Chains were broken by orders sent in fear. Slaves were freed by rulers desperate to survive. The galaxy had not been conquered. It had been humbled. On Earth, children looked up at the night sky, unaware of how close their future had come to ending. Humans did not demand statues or thrones. They demanded memory. Back in the council hall, the speaker announced a final decision. The Galactic Council recognizes Earth as independent. The words felt small. Humanity's final response was simple. "We recognize your surrender." From that moment on, every species understood the new truth. The universe no longer stood above humanity. It knelt. And it waited. Not for orders. But for mercy. The galaxy changed its voice. Where once there had been commands and threats, there were now careful words and quiet tones. Messages sent to Earth were no longer cold or legal. They were polite. Respectful. Some were afraid. The same species that had voted to enslave humanity now requested meetings. Not demands. Requests. They waited. In the council hall, seats once filled with pride now felt heavy with shame. Representatives no longer argued over power. They argued over survival. Many worlds depended on systems the humans still controlled. The council speaker stood again, older now, smaller somehow. "We ask for mercy," they said. "Not for dominance. Not for control. Only for survival." The message was broadcast to Earth. Human leaders listened in silence. Humanity did not answer right away. Across Earth, people watched the stars. Some were angry. Some remembered history. Some remembered chains that never reached them but almost had. The delay frightened the council more than any weapon. Finally, a response came. The same calm human voice returned. "Mercy is not weakness," it said. "It is a choice." The council leaned forward. "You voted to remove our freedom," the voice continued. "You did not ask who we were. You decided for us." Images appeared again, human history this time. Wars. Losses. Rebuilding. Hands helping hands. Nations rising from ruins. "We know suffering," the voice said. "We do not worship it." A long pause followed. "We will not enslave you," the human said. "We will not rule you." Relief swept through the hall. But it did not last. "You will remember," the voice added. New terms appeared on every screen. The Galactic Council would remain, but Earth would not be a member. Earth would stand outside it. Above its votes. Above its reach. "You will never decide the fate of another species again," the human voice said. "Any council that forgets this will face silence." Some representatives fell to their knees. Others bowed their heads. No one argued. Human ships slowly withdrew. Systems unlocked fully. Power returned to alien fleets. But something had changed forever. The universe now knew where the line was. And who drew it. On Earth, there were no victory parades. Humanity did not celebrate. They returned to their lives, their work, their quiet strength. They did not need applause from the stars. They had chosen dignity. The council speaker asked one final question. "What is humanity's role now?" The human answer was simple. Witness. Years later, stories would spread across the galaxy. Not of battles. Not of destruction. But of a species that could have ruled, and chose restraint. Children on distant worlds would learn one lesson above all others. Humans do not forget. They forgive when they choose. And they never kneel. The galaxy had once voted to enslave Earth. Now, every species understood the cost of that mistake. The universe still stood. But it stood carefully. Because somewhere among the stars, humanity was watching. Quiet. Patient. Free.